Hey everyone, this is Karina. It's about 1,000,000 degrees outside, but I couldn't shake the feeling of wanting to make the travel vlogs that I promised like eons ago. It's so frustrating because I've been putting it off and putting it off because I didn't know what to say. I just realized that it's been 9 months. 9 months since I set out to do this. And it's just so ridiculous, and I just have to say what's in my heart. That's what I will try to do today. I hope this is okay. You'll be seeing clips of Paris anyway, so it won't be as bad probably. First of all, about Paris is I loved it a lot. We arrived, I think, in the middle of the afternoon from a long plane ride, a long night at a train station in London, which is where we landed, and we took a train at 10 a.m. the next morning, and then we were just so out of it, but we didn't want to waste a day, so we walked along Champs-Élysées and went to the Jardin des Tuileries, and hopefully I'm saying all this right, and then we saw the sunset at Arc de Triomphe, and basically, I just remember feeling very tired even though I saw all these cool things. I guess looking back at my videos, I was really happy that we even got to see it, even though I didn't really feel it at the time just because I was really tired. I don't think I ever felt thirst as strongly as I did. I think I had a pretty good look at Paris from that small amount of time, but obviously you really just find so many new things during the trip, especially since we were there for a few days. It's such an old city with such an old history, and there's just so many little stories that it just feels thrumming with life all the time. And it's just not the museums, although seeing Nike of Samothrace or the Winged Victory and the Mona Lisa at the Louvre was super cool, and it was just so overwhelming, how a small city like Paris could have such a concentrated and dense amount of culture. I don't know, it was just so cool to be in there and then to just realize that it was still functioning even with all these old things. I say this not to sound ignorant or whatever, but then in my city, we do have small spots of culture left, but then I noticed that they're constantly being uprooted to kind of change with the times. I like progress and I like development, but when you see all these little important things getting bulldozed and getting replaced by malls and stuff, it's kind of depressing. Just being in Paris made me realize that it was really possible to coexist with the past. Paris is definitely full of life, and there were little pockets of wonder literally everywhere you turn. We were trying to find this cafe where they shot Amélie. This is supposedly where Amélie worked, and it's called Café de Deux Moulins, I think, and it means Cafe of the Two Windmills. So basically, we started at the top. I can't recall the name of the place, but we started at the top of a hill. All you had to do was follow this little road called Rue Le Pic downwards until we got to Café de Deux Moulins. So it was a pretty long walk, and then we kind of got lost a little bit, even though it was just following a little street. It was just so wonderful to see Paris, outside of the touristy spots, I guess, the houses and stuff, and how people live. And just literally every corner you turn, there was something marvelous waiting for you, a little surprise. We rode a little river cruise with 100 other tourists, which obviously didn't feel all that special at first, because once you're there and once you've given up trying to understand what the tourist guide is saying, you just kind of watch the world go by around you, and it's just so great to see all these people eating by the river Seine and just living, I guess. And we would pass by all these little buildings and stuff, and then I would just remember this poem by Leonard Cohen. I don't know it by heart, but I'll post it down below, or I'll just put it somewhere here where you can read it, and that's how I felt. That river cruise didn't begin as a high point in my Parisian experience. It was really just so easy to get lost in the city while you were kind of viewing it from a distance. And you just really stop to see the beauty of everything. And it's just so overwhelming, and you feel lucky that you get to be there, even just for a tiny bit. And even if you have to share it with 100 different strangers, you just really get choked up and just feel so lucky that you're there. Even though at the end you're met with a twinkling Eiffel Tower, and which you happen to find cool anyway. And there are just some cities that you can visit once and be happy that you got to meet it. But for me, like, Paris really wasn't one of those cities. It's not the kind of place that you'll be happy leaving after a first date. And it's just because there's still so many things to see and so many places to go and just so many cheese left to eat. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really wish I could go back to Paris one of these days. And maybe I'll see some of you there. Bye!
Another hard day at the office. Saya bumili.
Sarap. Sarap. Yan. Oops.
En face de la tour Eiffel, le palais de Chaillot abrite un...
And